So chapter 22 talks about wrapper classes, and you might be like reading that and just be like, "What is going on here? Why do we even need wrapper classes?" Um, and so this video is just hopefully kind of clearing the air on that. What a wrapper class is it's a class that you can stick a primitive data type in. So if you see here, these are primitive data types for numbers, and if you have a double number, it's a primitive data type, but you can wrap it in a double class, right? So you can take a primitive data type and have it be an object. And so how do you do that? Well, let's say this integer 5, right? You just say the class name, the wrapper class name, declare your variable, and you set it equal to a primitive data type. This boxes, right? They call it boxing. Boxes this int primitive data type into an integer object, right? So now you could use x just like the way that you use any primitive data type, okay? But now it is an object. And why is that important? The reason why that's important mainly is because when you're dealing with array lists, which are like the preferred way of dealing with data, lists of data, array lists can only take in objects, right? So you couldn't create an array list of integers, right, of ints, but you can create an array list of integers, right? So that's the purpose of these wrapper classes, is so that you can have the comfortability of an array list as opposed to an array when using primitive data types. Okay. And so what's another thing to know about these wrapper classes is that they have a set of methods attached to them. So if you do have an array list full of double like objects, right, wrapper class objects, then you can run any of these methods off of them, right? So you can do toString value of parsint ceiling, right? That gives you like the smallest integer that's greater than or equal to the argument. So these can be helpful. These can be helpful, so you don't have to code them yourself. But they're all very basic and simple. And then you might be thinking to yourself, what about characters? Well, characters are also there's also a character wrapper class, right? So if you look up here, you declare it capital C character, variable name equals some character, and then you could drop them into an array list, and you have these methods here that you can run off of them, right? Of course, toString, and then you could do dot upper, dot lower, and all this other stuff, is digit, is letter, right? Just like you can with a string. So this just makes things more comfortable for you when you're dealing with an array list of characters. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of perspective when it comes to wrapper classes.